Okay, so topic is diary entry. You need to write the format in your fair notebook also. Got it? You need to write this format in your notebook. And the question is from your first chapter only. Is it okay? So let's start. I hope you remember the format of diary entry. What comes first? Just tell me. You will tell and I will write. Just tell me how to start. How should I start my diary entry? Okay. Okay, I got answers from Vani, Jevan, day, date. Okay. So this is, imagine that is my margin. So I'm going to start from here. It's day and date. Done. Is it correct? Okay, then it's here it is time. Then after that, what should I write after this? Day, date, time, then anything else or the format is over? Dear diary, okay. I'll leave one line and we'll write dear diary. That's it. Anything else? Okay, now after dear diary, be quick. After dear diary, then okay comes body, or you can write content. In content, yes, Anmol, correct. Okay, okay, Anmol is going in detail, so it's better to go in detail. Para 1, right, where she is saying that we are going to do introduction. Okay, introduce. Okay, then it's introduction. Then after that, now only para 1. What next? Yes, bache, be quick. After introduction, Anmol. In para 2. Okay, detail. Okay, detail. So next is para 2, in which I am going to give details, right? And that's it. Last, okay, last para you are saying ending. Para 3, ending, okay. And then comes a kind of okay conclusion, and then I'm going to end it with the name, my name, right? So yes, this is the format of diary entry. Now let's discuss it again. First comes the day, date, or you can write it like date, day, your wish. Is it okay? Then time, right hand side, time. Got it? Now you are not supposed to write these words again. Directly write down the day, directly put the date. No need to write DATE. Very well know that if you are writing 16th April 2021, it is a date. Okay? No need to write DATE date and then mention the date. Got it? And then same way, day. Directly write down Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day it is. Is it okay? Then comes the time of writing the diary. Okay? Which time? The time of writing the diary. Then dear diary. After that comes this content part. Got it? In this content part, you have to form various paragraphs. Got it? If you want to make your diary entry impressive, if you want to make your writing impressive, divide it into different paragraphs. in first paragraph, introduction. Introduction means you're not supposed to give your introduction. Okay, hi, I am Akriti Sharma and today I'm going to write this. No, because it is something personal. You're writing in your diary, so it is already personal. You are not supposed to introduce yourself to the diary. Introduction means a kind of introduction means you will introduce the topic. Let's say you will introduce the topic, but very in an informal way, not formally. Okay, today I am going to write about this, not this way, in a very informal way, the way you want to talk to your friend. Suppose you are talking, just having a talk with your friend. This way you have to introduce, this way you have to start. Now, when you have to start in this paragraph, give a wonderful start. Try to start it with some expression. Okay, try to start the diary entry with some expression. You can use exclamatory sentences. Okay, you can use exclamatory sentences. From the first sentence only it should be clear whether you are sad, you are going to write about something that gave you happiness, or something that was a kind of tragedy, or if you have learned something. So it should be very much clear from this paragraph only. Got it? And this para should be short. Is it okay? 3 to 4 lines enough, in which first you will express how are you feeling, whether you are happy, you are sad, excited, nervous, anything. Okay, so you have to write here in this paragraph. Then you are not supposed to write like this. Okay, today, oh, what a wonderful day it is, and I'm very excited today. So today I'm going to write about the reason of my excitement. Not like this. Is it okay? Don't be formal, but just go with the flow. Clear? Next come second para, that is details. Now definitely here you have to write everything. Why you are feeling that way? Okay, Akshima is writing, okay, what happened, how it happened, how you felt. Yes, very good, Akshima, correct. Here in this part, you are going to use the idiom. It is not actually particular that only in this part you have to use the idioms. You can use idioms anywhere in any paragraph. But yes, in details part, first you have to write the reason that yes, this is the reason I am feeling this way. Again, explain what happened, how it happened, and then how you felt, right? Or how are you feeling that time? And then include the idioms. In any paragraph, you can include the idioms. This will make it interesting. Okay. Then in last paragraph, that is usually called conclusion. Conclusion means now you have to end the diary. Okay. Don't end it suddenly. Means you are writing something, okay, then this happened, and after that I did this and I was doing this, and suddenly you said, okay, you are saying, okay, goodbye, I'm going to sleep. That is not the way. End it properly. Means whatever you want to write, write here. Usually this para is long, write lengthy, right? And include everything. And in ending part, here, what you are supposed to do, end it properly. Okay, now I have I have written this, and now I am excited or I am sad. Let's see whether I am able to sleep or not. Like this. Got it? The way you talk to your friend over a phone, right? Whenever you are talking on a phone or in person. So same way, imagine that diary is your friend. That is definitely is your best friend, and this diary is never going to reveal your secrets to anyone. So that is the time, that is the way you are going to write here. So end it properly. Okay, after this, I am much excited and I hope that this would continue, and then I'm hoping for the best or whatever the question is, and then end it with like, you can end it with the idiom. Okay, now I'm going to hit the sack. Hit the sack means going to sleep. Okay, my mother is calling. Bye. Don't write, I'll meet you soon. I'll meet you tomorrow. No need to write this. Okay. I'm going to sleep. I have to get up early. So I should stop here like this. And after that, leave a line and write down the name. Again, this paragraph is also short, 3 to 4 line, where you will conclude whatever you have written, 3 to 4 lines. And this paragraph depends, okay, according to the marks. Okay, Anvay saying, start कैसे करना है डायरी, जैसे आपने कहा कि informal, Anvay, in any way, you can start it with a question, you can start it with some exclamatory sentences, or if you want, you can start it with a declarative sentence also, but I think it would be very simple. So try to use expressions, wow, alas, oh no, okay, this type of bravo, today I did this, yesterday this happened, like this. Means show your excitement or nervousness, sorrow, or whatever you are feeling. You have to show that in the very first paragraph. Okay? Not like this, hello, today I am feeling very sad. Good morning, I am not well today. Not like this. Okay? This is the formal way when first we greet others and then we start. This is your diary, only you are going to read it, right? So the way you talk to your friend, that is the way you start this diary. Is it clear? Any doubt? No? Okay, so be careful about the format. And the problem is that whenever during your exam, what you do, you'd forget to divide the diary entry in the paragraph. So don't do this, divide it properly. Is it okay? And don't include unnecessary incidents or unnecessary details. Details should be related to the topic only. Got it? Details should be related to topic, and read the question carefully. And according to that, you have to write the question. Is it okay? And here you are free to use any pronoun or whatever way you want to use it. So no restriction at all. You can use any pronoun, you can use anything, any idiom, phrasal verb, or whatever you want to use. Got it? Yes, Yashika, I'm saying it that, okay, suppose you, after your result, right, when you have seen the result, you were very excited. So you can write what a wonderful day it was, or hooray, I got the best result ever. This is the way you can start the diary entry. Clear? Is it okay? Idioms included, and then proper bifurcation and all. Expressions, use expressions as many as, but don't overload. It is not important to write idioms in every sentence. Okay? Minimum, let's go with 2 idioms enough. 2 idioms are enough. 2 or 3, depending on the marks. If it is for 8 marks, then 3. Don't make it 10 idioms and then your diary entry is just a kind of only the idioms and idioms. We are not going to learn idioms from your diary entry only. Is it okay? So everything should be in balance, in proportion. Done? Now let's come to the question that is on page number 20. 2020. Your book, Honeydew. Honeydew. This is a kind of serious diary entry that you are going to write. So let's start. Page number 20. Question is, imagine that you are Jim. Now you have to write as a Jim. Clear? You have returned to your town after the war. Your diary record how write your diary record how you feel about the changes you see and the evening that occur in your and the events that occur in your town. Okay, now you are there in your town, okay, and then you have to write a diary entry. How are you feeling about the changes, okay, about the changes that you see and the events that occur in your town. Usually, when we write diary entries are written in past tense because we experience something and then we write. But here, this diary entry is to be written in present or in future tense. Got it? Because you have to write how are you feeling right now after after you are there in your town and you are experiencing something different. Okay, they have written, start with the day. They have given you the date already, 25th December 1919. Okay, they have given you the date, 25th December 1919. Write down date, choose any day, Monday, Wednesday, whatever. Then time, and then dear diary. Then they have started it like, it is Christmas today, but the town looks. Now, start. It is your imagination. How you want. See, it is but. So it means celebrations are not properly conducted, or they are not celebrating the Christmas properly, maybe because of the war, because of the destruction, because of the deaths of the soldiers. So now it is up to you how you want to imagine it. But be sure that you have to give a positive ending. Clear? You have to give a positive ending. Is it okay? Right? That yes, the town is not looking the way it should look, no decoration and no celebrations at all. Very few um, only children are out, they are trying to enjoy, but the parents are sad, soldiers, because the soldiers, their family members, some of the family members are not able to come back. So say this way you have to write. Is it okay? And give a positive ending. Give a positive ending. You can include the football, include that other ways to resolve the wars, are like matches and games and all. Is it okay? This is the way you have to write a diary entry, and word limit 150. That's it. 150 words. Enough. Enough for me. Got it? But relate it to the chapter. In the chapter, Jim McPherson was not able to return, but here he was lucky, right, that he returned, and now you have to write accordingly. You can also write that yes, he was happy that he was able to come back and be with his wife, Connie. You will not write he, okay? I. You have to write I. I am happy that I am here with my wife who was waiting, who waited for me this way. Clear? Is it okay? And if you are not able to use any idiom, it is okay. Don't force any idiom. That's it. Done? All clear? Yes or no? If yes, okay. Akshima, Anmol said yes. What about others? I don't know. Okay, Yeshika is also saying yes. So now, next we are going to start. We are going to start this. Can you tell me about this word? Yes, yes, Avneet, that is good. Correct. Actually, this is the good start. So you can start it like this. But I am not going to reveal it to others because she had made the effort. So it is up to her only. Correct. Okay, so you are saying Bani, Anwe, and Mehak. They are saying a group of words make a sentence. Okay, group of words that make complete sense, a group of words that make a sense. Correct. So a sentence is just group of words which make a complete sense or conveys a proper meaning. Okay, sentence is a group of words arranged in way that makes sense. Yes, definitely group of words and makes sense. If I'm writing is, am, is, going, I, or everything is scattered, then definitely it is not a sentence. Now, we'll not go in detail, but I hope you know that there are different types of sentences. First type is kinds of sentences. One is declarative, where simple statements are there. Then interrogative, question marks means questions, and then imperative sentences. Imperative sentences like where we or give orders, suggestions, requests, advice, everything, and then exclamatory sentences, right? Where we exclaim, we show sudden feelings, emotions. Got it? So now my topic is this. This is the topic. A good sentence has two parts. Okay, a good sentence or a complete sentence, I would say this, that a complete sentence has two parts. One is the subject. Can you tell me the other part? You know it very well. One is the subject and other is what should be the other part? Anyone? Okay, correct. Very good, Bani, Yashika, Manas, Jevan, Avni, Akshima. Sorry if I have missed any name. So yes, it is predicate. Okay, it is predicate. Got it? Yes, subject and a predicate. Subject and a predicate together make a complete sentence. Clear? Is it clear? Right? Now, so our topic is subject and predicate only, means we are going to discuss, we are going to do sentence analysis. But for that, we should know the basic structure of a sentence. Clear? Now, if I talk about subject, what is a subject? Yes, can you tell, can you explain this? What is a subject? What is a subject? Okay, name of person. Subject is about who or what the sentence is. Okay, about who or what the sentence is about. This is the subject, right? Yes, it is the main. You cannot say, you cannot have only a subject and imagine that your sentence is complete. No, you should have both the parts. So, what is the subject? Subject is about who or what the sentence is about. And usually, or I should say that subjects are either it is a noun or a pronoun. Is it okay? Either it is a noun or pronoun. Go with any sentence. You will find that subjects are usually noun or pronoun. Is it okay? Clear? This part. I hope this part is clear. Now if I talk about predicate, let's talk about predicate. Now in this predicate, okay, gives information about the subject. Correct. Yes, it tells about the subject. Good, Avni. It tells about the subject. It gives information about the subject, tells about the subject. So, subject is basically who performs the action. Subject is the one who performs the action, and in predicate, action is involved. Action word is involved. Okay, action word is included. And which part is called action word? Can you tell me? We have one particular word for that. If I'm saying action word. Okay, Mehak, correct. Good. Good, Bani. That is a verb. So in predicate, predicate includes a verb. That is very important. Predicate, it includes a verb. This is very important. Got it? You can say this is the identification of predicate, that it includes a verb. Verb, finite verb. If I'm talking about verb, it means finite verb. There can be non-finite verbs also, but finite verb is compulsory. Now, let us see simple. This example is given in your book only. Priti sings. Now this is a sentence, a complete sentence. How? Priti, subject, performer is there, doer is there, and then action is also there. This is a complete sentence. Is it okay? Now I'll give you one trick. So whenever you are confused how to identify that this is the subject or that is the subject, simply identify the verb, try to find out the verb. If you are able to find out the verb, ask question. Who did or what? Who or what? Is it okay? You will get the answer. But be careful. Same for same questions. If you ask the same questions, you will get the objects also. But object means the receiver. Okay? Object means receiver, not the doer. But subject means who has done the action. Who is doing the action. So if I ask, who sings? I got the answer, Preeti. Let me write down one more sentence and please tell me the subject here. Now, can you identify the subject here in this sentence? Anyone? No, Karan? Okay, got it. Yes. It is this, the teacher. Otherwise, subjects come in the beginning, right? Subjects, usually we begin our sentences with subject only, but it is not compulsory. Sometimes subject can come after the verb. For this type of sentence, again, that is why I have given you that trick. Ask, find out the verb. This is the verb. Now ask, who or what? Means who is the performer here? Who? The teacher. Who comes or who is coming? That is the teacher. The teacher is doing the action of coming. Clear? Is it clear or not? Done? Now one more thing. Whenever you have to write, means underline the subject, be careful that you include all the adjectives, determiners, articles, whatever is written. Is it okay? As a subject only. Suppose a sentence is, the big, hungry and dark lion. The big, hungry and, you can write it like this, the big, hungry and dark line. Ate the deer by the sea. First thing, identify the verb. This is the verb. Now ask, who? Who performed the action of eating? Right? So otherwise your answer is loin. Right? It was the lion who performed the action. Right? But you have to include this also. So this is your subject. Correct? Avni, Akshima, correct. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Done? Very good. So this way you have to do exercise A, page number 18. Exercise A, page number 18. One homework is diary entry and the second is page number 18, exercise A. And you are not supposed to write this in your fair notebook. Clear?